5 years ago that I'd watch a ladies' game and I'd get more enjoyment and I see more quality than I would watching an England men's game. I wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah, play Kepa. Right, say we're playing Port Vale in the final. Play Kepa, no problems, right? If you're playing Manchester City, one of the best teams in the land, you stick Raya in goal. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'd stick Raya in goal Saturday.
The days we're playing in the FA Cup, which we're not guaranteed to win, Man City will be clawing back the points. So you'll turn around, suddenly, there'll be 1 point behind us and we'll have 2 games
in the hand.
It's pressure we don't need.
So that we could build this stadium, so then we could create the revenue. All this match day revenue and the merchandise is so that we are within PSR. See what Chelsea and Manchester City have been doing. They've been cheating. They've been buying their way to titles and they haven't been playing fairly by the rules.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Invincible podcast. I've got the main 2 men here with me. I've got Chris and of course Marty. I don't call him Smarty Marty no more, like, you know, after that quiz.
Mate, hang on. I should have regained that after the Kepa call. Come on.
What do you reckon, Chris?
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, all right. Smarty Marty is with us then. He's back then, like, you know. So, listen, we've had a weekend off, international break. What you guys been doing?
Bit of non-league.
A bit of non-league. What'd you go and see? Enfield. Didn't go too well, did it?
Not really, mate.
You know what I mean?
What happened?
Oh, you're getting relegated, mate. That's what's happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Very sad, but there you go. That's what happens when you go up to a league and you just run the club like it was still in the Ryman Premier.
Okay.
If you go up that level,
I think from Ryman Premier to the it's like South, isn't it? Like Conference South, or I think it's a bigger gap than what you think it is. You know what I mean? Like,
perhaps not being unfair, but
it is a massive gap. Like, you know,
there you go.
I think like Premier and there's a, you know, like you got like where Waltham Abbey are in the
then Cheshunt,
and then you got like Enfield. I think that those ones there you can move up and get, but that one there is a big step, like, you know. So, but you know, 900 fans there, weren't there, or something like, you know what I mean? Obviously, because there's no Premier League games, it's a good time to go and watch a bit of non-league football, isn't it?
It don't cost a lot to get in. You know, you can watch the game with a pint. Yeah. You can take your dog for a walk over there. Let dogs in as well.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Great.
Like,
you know, there you go.
But so back to reality for Enfield, like, you know. So listen, when we was growing up as kids, Enfield was a massive club, massive.
They were the best non-league team in the country. Like.
Yeah, one stage.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Cobham, they've just been promoted to the Ishman South. They've been destroying teams left, right and centre. Done a team the other day, 12-1.
No, yeah,
done a 15-1. They're off playing really well. They've been promoted with so many games to go. So, yeah, big up to Cobham, well done.
Big up to Waltham Abbey Vets for winning the County Cup yesterday.
I see Mr. Judges with his decisive penalty. And I'll tell you what, I'd like if production could stick that on.
We've shown it already. We've shown it already.
Lee Judges steps up and he caresses the ball straight into the side netting and the ball just perfectly goes round, wheels off to the corner with a celebration, winning the cup for Waltham Abbey Vets. What a fantastic moment. I see that, it pops up on my Instagram.
Please, the only bit of silverware you got.
Well, no, like, you know, like we won it last year, won it this year, but like the great thing for me is, as you know, I've been struggling with injury for the last few months and all that, like, you know, so I've done well to be involved and like you know, to take one of the penalties was
do you know, honestly, it was a really well taken penalty and the keeper gets the right way and you get that, honestly, you got that far wrong, mate, he's saving that.
Yeah, so
you've done well with it, honestly, it's a really well taken penalty. Like composure. So,
check that out on my Instagram, you can see that penalty, like, you know. So big up to the Vets. So it's been a good weekend for us. Stress-free. I went and watched the Arsenal ladies last week against Tottenham. Superb. Yeah. Really enjoyable.
Even better last night.
And even better last night. Congratulations to the girl knocking out Chelsea in the Champions League.
And I thought of you, Katie.
Katie, yeah, Katie McCabe. I like, you know, love her.
Battering Tottenham like the men's team,
Chloe
and then
Kelly.
beating the Chelsea team like the men's team.
Yeah, and all right, they lost on the night, but it didn't matter. They got through, and listen, that's a big scalp for the women Chelsea, like, you know what I mean. So over 2 legs, That's 3 times on the spin now to beating them, like, you know, because they beat them in the league, didn't they?
Their season's alive. If they win their games in end, they'll be second in the WSL.
Yeah.
We're still in the FA Cup. So
and got the Champions League to go for.
Do you know what? I think that Champions League final, women's, is going to be a repeat of last year.
No,
I think it's going to be Arsenal, Barca again, and
they're good day, Barca.
Imagine they go and back to back it.
They've got the squad. They've got some. I'll tell you what. I really enjoyed it last week, like, because they've got some really good players in the Arsenal ladies. Like, they're technically very, very good. Kim Little in the midfield is but such a good player.
Again, what I say about having a good goalkeeper, Van Donselaar, she was fantastic last night.
Yeah, they've got a good goalkeeper. They've got proper defenders that put their body on the line. Really, like Katie McCabe is like, you know, the Julian Dix of the Julian Dix
of Arsenal
of women's football. She really is. You know what I mean? Like, she's got a lovely left foot. She might not be there next year. Like might be going on the pastures here, which would be a big sickener for me, because I think she's one of the
up front
best. They've got
Dennis Bergkamp. Russo is Dennis Bergkamp.
She's good, man.
She is cool as ice.
Do you know what I saw about that game, and I watched that last night? What a professional performance that was. They got the job done in the first leg at the Emirates, and they were brilliant, right? And they just basically pretty much steamrolled them. Then last night, I thought it was just such a comfortable performance. Chelsea should have got out more and got at them, but they were too scared to concede goals because they know how dangerous Arsenal are. And Arsenal just moved the ball around, and then at the end of it, running it to the corner flag, wasting time, and just getting the job done. And I tell you what, when we talk about, let's go on to refereeing, how the referee sends off the Chelsea manager instead of the Arsenal player for pulling her hair back. When she's right at the end, she's through. I think didn't even give a foul for it. Didn't even give a foul for it.
I didn't watch the game because obviously, like, I've only seen the goal which.
And also, if anyone had told me 5 years ago that I'd watch a ladies' game, and I'd get more enjoyment and I see more quality than I would watching an England men's game, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Now so congratulations to the Arsenal women. Well done. Chris wants to talk about England.
Go for it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've got to say this, right? I had a chance to go to the game, like, you know what I mean? And bit of hospitality and all that. Like, I went, I can't be bothered.
Did you not?
I didn't go, like, you know what I mean? I didn't go. And I'm looking at it, I didn't even watch the game. Thankfully I didn't go, like, you know what I mean? But it ain't pretty watching England, is it?
But still, I'm fed up people telling me black is white and white is black, right? All these experts. What I saw in those 2 games was dross. Absolute dross. And I tell you what, I don't care how it's a friendly, it don't matter. They've qualified, they didn't let a goal in the qualification. If they get put in front of Spain, France, Brazil, it's good night for the enemy.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what? That is every reason why I do not watch international football as a whole. But I did watch the game, and I'll tell you what, in the first 5 minutes, I thought, what is going on here? Cole Palmer was absolutely dreadful. When Chelsea fans talk about him being one of the best 10s in the world, and then Phil Foden, I mean, those are the 2 guys I don't think that are going to be going. Full stop. If they didn't have Jordan Pickford and his distribution, and I thought he was good, I didn't think Mark Gay was good. I thought Ben White, the best bit about the whole game was one of Ben White's absolutely amazingly timed overlaps on the right-hand side. But other than that, the game was just poor and boring. I was speaking to my mate Smithy, who was hosting an event at Wembley. And he said that there was a competition for this massive holiday and all that. It was 600 people for this event, and this competition. All you had to do was guess the score correct. And he goes, out of 600 people, not one person guessed that Japan would win it 1-0. That's how bizarre that scoreline was. And to watch that like that, I was just like, oh, mate.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? Like, you know what I mean? So, and listen, I look at it and, like, realistically, Foden's very, very fortunate to be in the England squad when you look at it and say, Miles Lewis skelly-adding it because he don't get games for his club. You know what I mean? Like that was the excuse that was given. Foden don't get that many games for his club. And then to stick him up, if you're going to do that, then talk about like kill you by putting him as a false nine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that telling you don't really want him in international level? I'd be very, very disappointed if I was him.
I think also it shows how important a game like that, when you look at Harry Kane, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, even though Bukayo Saka's been off the boil, right, how important Jude Bellingham, those players are right there, and what they add to that.
Yeah, exactly that.
They completely change it. And dare I say it, if I'm honest with you, Harry Maguire at the back with Gay, I don't know whether Konza is the guy there. And that game doesn't give us confidence, because essentially this was the opportunity for the guys that aren't maybe first choice starters to get in there, make their name, put in a performance, and state their claim for it.
I do get that, but I also think it's very, very harsh on those players to say, right, you go there and perform, like when a lot of players are being rested and left out of it and all that. Like you've got, for instance, a Foden, or you can talk about maybe even a Morgan Rogers, maybe not so much Maguire, but certain other players in that squad that are going for league titles, going for cups and all that. Like, well, no, you run yourself into the ground and all that, like, you know what I mean, and take all the risks. So I think it was a little bit, I think a little bit unfair on everybody, really, like, you know what I mean.
I just think the old timing of this.
Timing is just ridiculous.
Why are you having an international break now?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing, I just, I don't think, people know me, I hate it. If I had my way, I'd just invite the 20 best nations in the world to the tournament. Yeah. And that's it.
No Italy. No Italy again.
I think that's terrible. A nation like that, a football nation. What has gone on there?
What has gone wrong there with it? 3 on the spin now.
Yeah. Oh, and our guy, Big Vic.
Well, we've got to talk about that. Like, well, you know what I mean? Like 4 goals in 2 games, got through.
His hat-trick was wonderful.
Wonderful. And then to get the winner in the last minute, like,
jump on the hoarding, gives it that, and then everyone behind him was doing it as an iconic moment.
Iconic, and he goes through, but disappointment for Norgard, disappointment for Calafiori. But well, he must go back into the Emirates, London, Coney, like, you know what I mean? Flying after that.
That I think is probably the best thing that you'll get out of these international breaks. But I completely agree with you, Chris. And I've heard all sorts of pundits talking on all sorts of shows. One of them, Gabby Aglong, turned around and he started going. He goes, "I'll tell you what we should do is when that happens." He goes, "We should, for the next game, you should ban them." He goes, "They should get banned." I said, "Tell you what, mate. All right, if that's how you want. Do you know what? Ban them for the next 10 games. Because I guarantee you wouldn't want Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka banned for the next 10 games, because that means they wouldn't be there at the World Cup." At the end of the day, playing those players, and do you know what? Credit to Mikel Arteta for whipping them all out as well. That's what Alex Ferguson used to do. Those players, all of those players that he's whipped out, they don't need to be playing. I'll tell you what they need to be: at home with their feet up, having a rest, and going into London Colney for a nice little massage, a bit of stretching.
Gabby never take on an Arsenal fan in social media.
No.
What happened was the end of Arsenal unearthed.
Yeah. Well, he done it.
He done it himself. Yeah. He went on holiday rather than turning up for England.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never take Arsenal fans on.
No, and another thing I've got to say, like, you know what I mean? Henry Winter, like, you know, his love.
To him?
Well, his love for Trent was to get really onto the case of Ben White and digging him out and all that, like. And the reason that Ben White got booed and all that is because of the press were constantly digging at him.
Mainly Talk Sport.
Yeah, and digging at him for it, like, you know what I mean? Like, and of course then you think, oh, well, yeah, I remember that now, he shouldn't have played and all that, like, you know.
Even that, England fans, it's like Ben White. Ben White is probably, you got Trent and Ben White there. Who else? Who else are you going to play in that position?
Well, like Reece James is probably, but I don't think he's reliable all the time, you know what I mean? So they're going to have to, you know, the guy, the kid at Newcastle's good, isn't he?
Yeah, we're supposed to.
What's his name? Livramento. He's decent.
Yeah.
And other than that, you know, like Ben White. And at the end of it, like, Ben White can play central defence as well. So I think he's worth a fit. And at the end of the day, it's not that he didn't want to play for England. He fell out with whoever was running it. Like, and you're telling me that doesn't happen in football?
Of course it does.
You know what I mean? Like, it happens at club level and everything like that. And everybody says when it's at club level, well, that's all right, get rid, whatever. Now, because it's international football, I'm sorry, if someone's treating you badly, you don't have to stay around for that.
Yeah.
No one knows what happened.
No one knows.
And until you know, I think everyone could.
Ben White is one of those guys. You know what I mean? He's been at Arsenal 4 years now. Like he's never been a
nuisance.
He's not been a bad person around Arsenal. He's been left out at times unjustly, if you want my opinion. But he's got on with it. He's never said anything. He's never done this and done that. I think it's totally out of order, like, you know what I mean? And you know.
And the thing with that is what would sway for me in Ben White's favour is you do know that Mikel Arteta would have none of that. If it was bet down to Ben White being petulant or bad behaviour, Arteta would be out there, mate, because he's done it.
Yeah, exactly, like, you know. So you know. Well, we're glad the international break's over. I know we're going to all laugh about this, just go, yeah, we're glad it's all over and all that. But from now on,
it's on.
It's on.
The joke's over.
Saturday night, what did I do? Saturday night, I come home from football, had a sleep, got up.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't worry about anything like the game and all that, like, you know. Now comes to it now. Well, even Saturday, like, you know, Chris is going to come up with a controversial statement in a moment, but like. Every game now, there's something on it. If you know,
yeah, of course.
If you don't perform, then you're out. You know, then the same against on Tuesday, and then next week. This time next week, I'll be back nervous again because it's, you know, the league.
I would say that's the biggest game. Bournemouth at home.
Yeah,
could be.
Is that the biggest game out of the three?
Yeah, about that.
In my opinion, it is. Is that bigger than you? Sporting away or?
Look, I might make a controversial statement right here, right now. For me, the FA Cup game against Southampton, if we lose that, we know there's going to be all sorts of media pressure, and there's all going to be. I'm not saying we could lose the game to Bournemouth. Could we afford a draw? Bournemouth are a good side. Realistically, we could. If that happened, you've got, and again, a week with 3 games. You know, are you going to win all 3 of them? You'd like to think so. The Southampton, I mean, there's an idea that obviously being out of the FA Cup allows us to focus on the Premier League and the Champions League. There's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of football. When this starts up, it is back, like 2 games a week, sometimes 3 games in 8 days or whatever. So you have got to think it's coming to the end of the season, injuries, squad depth, etc., and you know, getting it over the line, nerves. There's so many factors that come into play here. For me, I love the FA Cup. Again, another trophy that we beat Southampton. We're in a semi-final then, so 2 games away. Potentially, we've got 3 games to win. Okay. The Premier League, of course, I want to win it, and the Champions League, of course, I want to win it. It's, you know,
Chris, go on,
let's bring this controversial statement. I want to hear this, Chris. I'm sitting there as I'm saying that. I'm like, what is this statement he's going to make?
Unfortunately, progress in the FA Cup. Look, for all the people going there, I want Arsenal to win, but the be-all and end-all is to win the league.
Yeah.
Progress in the FA Cup. Newcastle home will get called off. Burnley home will get called off if we reach the final. And that, by the way, that's terrible. Why they done that, I don't know. Man City, I will pray that they beat Liverpool.
Really?
But I'll tell you why. Because if we progress in the Cup, and Man City don't, the days we're playing in the FA Cup, which we're not guaranteed to win, Man City will be clawing back the points. So you'll turn around, suddenly, there'll be 1 point behind us, and we'll have 2 games
in the hand.
It's pressure we don't need.
I understand that, and also for City as well, we want them. You'd want them playing extra games.
Can you imagine if we go through and Liverpool beats City, and City no Europe, no FA Cup?
Yeah, just the
that is the problem. But
it's a good shout.
It is a good shout. On the flip side of that, you know, you just lost the cup final. You go to Southampton and lose.
This is what I mean.
You know what I mean? I understand that.
All of a sudden, and then something don't go right in sporting. All of a sudden, like, you know, I mean, you're looking to be out of 3 competitions before.
Which is
you play Man City.
Do you remember when we
Champions League when we're in
the Invincibles? We lost to Man United in the FA Cup
semi-final, and then went out of Chelsea.
And then went out of Chelsea, and then in later years, Wenger has admitted that he wished he never progressed in the FA Cup.
Really?
Yeah, because what happened? What he done? We drew out Man United, didn't we, in the semi-final? The bloody 12:30 kickoff or whatever it was. And Man United went there with their full team, and we went with a scratch, well, not scratch side, but he left out all the big players.
Adair was up front.
Yeah, and we ended up losing it 1-0, Paul Scholes' goal. And what happened was, you know what I mean, like, you might as well just said, right, well, we go out in the third round and do that, because we was done, weren't we?
Do you remember everyone, that wonderful Henry moment when he went through all the Liverpool players?
Yeah.
At half time, so in that week, we'd gone out.
Yeah, that's right.
We'd gone out of everything. And we were 2-1 down at Liverpool at half time.
Yeah.
And the whole season was disintegrating in front of us.
And Invincible,
he pulled us up. I remember we went in, when Henri said that he went into the dressing room that day, and it was like a morgue.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, in my sort of roundabout way, we don't want that around again.
But then, but also the dressing room's like a morgue because they went out of all competitions. So I do think going out to Southampton is not a good look, personally. Yeah, no disrespect to Southampton.
But what I'm saying is, you know what I mean?
And believe you me, to Southampton, my missus and all her family, they're from Southampton.
Let me tell you, they're no mugs.
Yeah.
No, they're going to be different. But I think what happened, listen, I don't want Man City to win any game. I can't stand them.
They got to win Saturday.
But I do want them to win on against Liverpool for that reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think Liverpool might want to turn the tables on them because of what happened at Anfield a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it'd be an interesting game.
It's going to be.
So you got that. Obviously, it's a bit of a weird situation what's happening this season with this international break, and now we're all coming back not to league football but to cup football. I don't understand it really. No Premier League games till next week.
Yeah, right. So and then you've got Champions League as well.
So we're playing 2 games
ahead.
Like where there's some teams ain't even got a game till. I think Man United don't play till next Monday week.
They've got a bit of time off.
So
it was bad scheduling, actually. I don't understand it. Why is the FA Cup final on the day of the Premier League match?
I don't know. I think it's to do with the World Cup, isn't it?
Here we go.
We done it. Yeah, seriously. We had that. Do you remember we had this a few years back though? In 2000, was it 2002 when we beat Chelsea in the FA Cup, and then we had to go to Old Trafford on the Wednesday.
It was just quite hard.
Yeah, it was. But you couldn't really enjoy. The players couldn't enjoy the cup final moment. Listen. You get to a final when you win it, you've got to enjoy the celebration, because it don't come around too much. You're asking these players, because probably like what happened is, say if Arsenal do get to the final, they play the cup final, and then on the Wednesday they probably have to play one of the rearranged games. You know what I mean? They're going to have to get that in before.
I get that, but then it's it's similar than if, let's say, we win the Premier League. And then obviously, we get into the Champions League final. Let's say we do. You've got a quick turnaround. You've got a week. The jubilation of winning the Premier League, then you're straight into a Champions League final.
But that happens.
Yeah, it does.
Everybody does that. You know what I mean? And you got we ain't sort of used to things like that, are we? Like, you know what I mean? The thing is, what Arsenal fans got to get a little bit used to, which we haven't had for quite a while, is being going in all competition. Like by this time last season, we just did game for the Champions League. Before that, it was like just going for the title. Now all of a sudden we're still, heavily involved in
3 competitions.
You know what I mean? 4 up until last week.
Nearly went the distance on the other one.
So, what sort of side? Because this is the other thing, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Right, let's ask the question. Let's get it out there, like, you know what I mean?
Roll the side that we're going to play, yeah?
No, we'll do that, like, but lots of players being. Do you believe that there are injuries, or do you believe that?
I don't mean they're all injured, but I'll tell you what is interesting. Is I think the England manager let the cat out of the bag a little bit there, because we've all been sitting here talking, so Saka ain't at it and Rice looks tired. So when the England manager was asked those questions, I thought that was it, because if you'd asked Arteta those questions, you wouldn't have got that answer.
No.
So I thought we let the cat out of the bag a little bit there.
Right,
so I think some of them are carrying knocks.
Carrying little knocks and all that, like, you know what I mean?
Despite what the whole world says.
Yeah. So, like, Saka's not been the same since that Leeds game when he got he come off in the warm-up, didn't he? And he ain't been the same since.
Yeah, he plays a lot of games. He's just come back from a serious injury. That hamstring injury is a big injury, and he's kind of been not rushed back, but he hasn't had much break in game time. And I just think this international break couldn't have come at a better time.
Do you think that's done him good? Like,
Oh yeah,
100%.
well, we hope so. But I still wouldn't play him at Southampton.
No, 100% I wouldn't.
I'll play Max Dowman.
Yeah, I think Max Dowman.
Well, come on, let's go for the team. First of all, like, you know what I mean, the big
goal,
question.
Kepa.
Yeah, Kepa, straight in goal.
Straight in goal.
Straight in goal.
Why?
Why not? But you're playing Southampton.
Yeah, he's the cup goalkeeper.
He's the cup goalkeeper. You're playing Southampton.
Yeah, but he's cup goalkeeper in the Carabao Cup.
In the final against Man City.
So you're saying this thing like you play to the final and then
play to the final. Play him to listen.
Yeah,
Kepa, play him to the final. Listen, if no disrespect, let's say we were playing Southampton in the final. Play Kepa, right? Say we're playing Port Vale in the final. Play Kepa, no problems, right? If you're playing Manchester City, one of the best teams in the land, yeah. You stick Raya in goal. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'd stick Raya in goal Saturday.
No. We've got to play Kepa.
I don't think Arteta will, Leon.
No, I think he'll play Kepa. All right, then right back.
Ben White.
If fit.
I wouldn't play during Timber.
Yeah, not yet. Left back. Well, Calafiori.
Skelly.
Miles. We would play Miles, wouldn't you?
Yeah, play Skelly.
Well, I'll say today, like, I mean, maybe even play Timber at left back.
What?
If he's fit.
No, rest him.
Good call.
Resting, got Champions League on Tuesday night.
Yeah, but he hasn't played for a few weeks. You've got to get some sort of minute. You can't just say, right, yeah.
He would have been ticking over nicely at London.
Well, I mean, I don't feel... I feel like...
Mosquera and Salmon and me two centre
I've got Mosquera down there. I've got Gabriel coming back, but...
No, maybe Hincapié. I'd put maybe Hincapié and Mosquera.
Hincapié is going to make it.
I think that's a genuine injury like him.
Okay. Well, there we go. Maybe Calafiori or Gabriel
Jesus
next to Mosquera.
Jesus. The thing is with Calafiori, he's just played 120 minutes and 90 minutes intense football. I think he needs a break.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
So I don't think Gabriel can be that too. Midfield, would you play Norgard?
100%.
Yeah. So Norgard. Odegaard's got to play. He has got to play. If he is going to contribute from now to the end of the season, he has to play in this game. He has to get some sort of minutes under his belt so that he, because you want him ready, and I mean up and ready in every shape or form come that Bournemouth game, like, you know what I mean? So I'm saying, like, play against Southampton, minutes against Sporting, and you've got to be the main man for us.
There'll be no Eze or Noni.
No, they're not going to be about, nor who would be the other one? Like, there's no Marino, like, you know what I mean? So we need.
Maybe Eze would be right for Man City.
Yeah, so like, but you need Odegaard back, like, you know what I mean?
I should stick that.
So you're going to go what? Wanyeri, Max Dowman, Odegaard, and Norgard. Is that what we're going to go for in midfield?
In midfield? No. I put Odegaard, Norgard, and Rice in the midfield. I put Max Dowman on the right-hand side.
I'm playing Declan Rice for Southampton.
Rice?
Yeah, give him 60 minutes.
No, I'm not playing. That's why I want to play Timber at left back so that Miles Lewis-Skelly can go in that midfield.
You might get your wish, your dream.
Oh, well, you know what I mean? Like,
well, he's outstanding for England in the week.
Yeah, he was.
But I know it's Moldova before anyone said
Yeah, but he's still got to play well, and he's done well there. What's the front three? Because I'm not playing Gyökeres.
No.
I'm playing Jesus, Martinelli, and another.
Dowman.
Yeah, Dowman, yeah.
Dowman playing the right-hand side, 100%. Why not? Give him a game. Mate, he was unreal. Did you see that goal? The goals he scored?
Well, I'm playing Havertz up top.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. Havertz.
Jesus on the left.
Okay.
I'm going to go Dowman on the right.
Yeah.
I would leave Jesus out of it and start with Havertz and start with Martinelli and Dowman, just because Jesus, if you need to interchange any one of those front three, you can stick Jesus in there.
And by the way, Martinelli done well with Brazil. Talk about people done well. So he's going
Very
the week.
good.
Yeah, done well. I thought, people criticise. I thought he'd done well in the first game. Didn't score, but he looked pretty good.
And he was playing for me more over to the right hand side in a lot of the game.
He wasn't really playing as a wide player, was he? He was
in
the middle. Like, you know what I mean?
I thought he was good.
Yeah, and I watched the first game against France. He was like, you know, even with Brazil, he gets back and works hard. Do you know what I mean? I think he's, you know, but I wouldn't play Martinelli for the fact that he's been out playing two games in it. I know he didn't play all of those games, but you know, I have to say that Ancelotti, I thought, done really well with that Brazilian side. He chopped and changed it. Not everybody's got massive minutes, but all the travelling and all that. I don't know. Maybe Martinelli could come in there. That's still a strong side. We've just gone through that there, and we've left out some top players, but we're still quite strong, aren't we?
Yeah. But then Sporting Lisbon, I think you go full strength. Get everyone up running for the Bournemouth one.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
All right, okay then. So let's talk about that then. So you're going to go with Raya,
Timber, Saliba, Gabriel,
Calafiori if fit.
Yeah, or not
if fit.
So either or then. Midfield, Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard,
and Saka, Gyökeres, and Trossard.
Yeah. And then you still got Noni and Eze, hopefully to come. I don't know, I'm praying that Noni ain't bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, I think at the moment you can afford to leave him out for the time you need to leave him out for, because you've got the likes of Dauman, Jesus, that can play in that position. So you've got cover, and obviously
we've got to get Eze back, chap.
Yeah, you rest Saka until Tuesday. Saka can play there. You don't need, you've got the cover, you've got Jesus and you've got Dauman and you've got Saka. Noni can rest. You don't need to rush him back.
I think that's a good thing, like, you don't need to rush back, and of course, like, and then after those two games we've got Bournemouth, and also what we've got with Bournemouth is a competition, Marty. Like,
we have got a competition indeed. So if you want to run the ad,
Marty, what time is it, mate?
What time is it? It's competition time.
What do you mean it's competition time?
Just watch this, mate.
yes guys, Marty here with an absolutely awesome competition. You have the chance to win a ticket to come to the Emirates, the home of football, with myself, Marty. Yes! You could potentially be watching Arsenal versus Bournemouth on the 15th of March. All you need to do is watch the entirety of the Invincible podcast, leave a very nice comment. Then you can come down to the studio and meet your favourite AFTV content creators, such as Mr. Session and yes, the man himself. So, watch the Invincible podcast, stay tuned, drop a comment in. You can be here watching it with me. We'll have a great day. Come on, get involved.
Wait. So you're telling me you can come watch the Starting 11 show, watch a game with you, and come and do a fan cam after the game?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Did you just watch that?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's the whole gig, mate. It's an absolutely awesome package. All you need to do is just leave a comment and then put competition next to your comment. We're going to pick it out at random on the Invincibles, and then this lucky person is going to get to do all of that. What a day.
Not bad.
And it don't cost nothing.
There you go.
Everyone's a winner, baby. That's the way.
So, yeah, as you can see, a fantastic day.
How's this going to work? Was me and Chris, we're not too sure about this.
Okay, go on. What do you mean how's it going to work?
Right. You know, well, one...
Is this a you're not too sure, and you've flagged
I've roped Chris into it, like.
Yeah. You roped him into it. So when you said, me and Chris are not that sure...
We're going to announce the winner on the Thursday, and it's the Saturday, so everybody's going to have to be on point. Yeah, you're going to have to make yourself available very, very at short notice here.
So next week's show, we are going to announce the winner by picking the winner at random. Okay, we're going to have a bit of fun with it, and there might be a couple of other prizes, and that's why we've decided to take it into next week. So guys, be ready, okay, when you watch next week's episode, make sure, as soon as you watch it, because you could be getting picked if you've commented, competition, next to your comment, you could be getting picked, and you will have to contact the email address that we will give on the show next week as soon as you've watched the show, if you are the winner. And then AFTV will obviously contact you, make the relevant arrangements. And then obviously on the Saturday, so the show will be released next Thursday, I would imagine at around 5 p.m. Which will be, I believe, the 9th of April. Yeah. And then obviously the game's on the 11th of April, and I believe it's a 12:30 kickoff. Bournemouth.
It is.
So it's an early kickoff as well. So you'd need to be in the studio for around about 10 o'clock in the morning. That's what time we'll be meeting, 10:30 for the 12:30 kickoff in the Premier League, Arsenal versus Bournemouth at the Emirates, watching the game with myself, starting 11 show with Mr. Judges and Mr. Robbie Lyle. And then afterwards you can do a fan cam. It's going to be a fun day. There won't be time for food beforehand, there might be after, but it'll be a great day.
If we win.
Thoroughly enjoy. We will win, Chris, come on.
So like, say if there's, I don't know, like, how many people have entered this, like, so we've got 100 people have entered
There's
this.
a few
like.
more than that, mate.
There's a few more than that.
We've got some entries, mate.
Oh, that's
do, you
right.
not check, do you not check the comments at all?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I didn't know how many. Like, I didn't count up there. So I know you've been doing it. So, all right, there's 200, right? Just putting it out there, right?
Yep.
What happens to that 200 then?
So that 200, what we're going to do is we're going to pick a few at random, okay, and then
Wow.
we're going to pick a few at random off the comments.
What? So you're just gonna like to where the computer stops? And
Yeah, or potentially they might all get inputted into a computer, and then that
Bit
will
like
be
the
picked at
Arsenal
random.
ballot system.
It's going to be like it's going to be like the ballot system. I'll be honest with you. There's going to be some refinements up until it, but it will be picked. What you need to know is
Now, what happens if you pull out a fella in Australia?
Well, he's going to have to get a flight double lively, mate. Okay, so there will be. We'll pick out a few of them. There might be some other prizes. I can't say too much because I haven't actually cleared this yet with the powers that be. But there will be hopefully some other prizes.
Some consolation prizes.
Yeah, consolation prizes, which will be very good.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah.
But we'll do that in the show and announce all of that next week, and it will be good fun and enjoyable. And that's it. And and obviously, unfortunately, if the person that does win can't make it for one reason or another, or they don't get in contact by a certain time, it will then roll over.
So we have a rollover.
So what we're going to do, what we will do is we will pick probably a 1 to 5, 1 to 5. Okay, and then obviously number one will win it. He will be the winner. And if they can't make it for
he ain't done it by a certain time,
there you go.
He's going to go number two.
Number two, but
we've got to be ruthless.
They'll all contact in. But what I say is all of those 5 people, what I'm looking to try and do is so that no one gets picked and gets left empty-handed, if that makes sense. There is a prize for them, but I've just got to run the idea through the powers that be.
And listen, I've got to just say this: Bournemouth, any home game at the moment, is like to get a home ticket.
It's a fantastic prize.
It's a fantastic prize.
It's a prize, mate.
It is, like, you know what I mean, like, because at the end of the day, it's a closed shop at the Emirates at this moment in time.
Pulled out of the bag, haven't they?
You've done well.
You have
done all right,
we have done well there, like, you know.
Smarty strikes again.
Marty strikes
again.
All right, again. Should we say it, Chris? He strikes again.
He's done it again.
Yeah.
Before we go to the end, I've got little questions like the background, like on yourself first of all, Chris. Like, you know what I mean?
Background checks.
Yeah, no, because some people probably might not know what Chris does or whatever, because you don't see him on the interviews too much and all that, like, you know. Okay. But like, for me, Chris is the reason that I watch AFTV, like, you know what I mean? It was his first, and I please go and watch that unbelievable fan camp.
2013, Aston Villa home. That's what it was. 2013.
Is that when it was?
Frightening, isn't it?
13 years ago.
2013, Aston Villa home.
Lost it, didn't we?
Oh, I lost it.
Yeah, if you haven't ever seen Chris on that interview, go and check him out, because it is a wonderful.
It was the explosion of X amount of years of frustration.
Yeah. Do you know what? The funny thing about that is I didn't realise. Obviously, I used to watch you then, obviously before I came on to AFTV and used to watch AFTV, but I didn't realise that was you and then obviously when we started doing the show. But then very quickly I put it together, and then I actually did watch a couple of your interviews from years ago, and they were good.
So you done the interview that day?
Yeah, I went home.
Right, that's it. What happened when you got home that day?
My phone just blew up.
Really?
And then my mate said, is that you? I said, yeah. And then I had all these phone calls. And then I looked at it, had over 1 million views.
Wow.
From all around the world.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And then Talk Sport rang me up and said, do you want to go on? I said, no, thanks.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Why did you say no?
Because I can't stand them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, no, there's no way I'll go on there. And then in the week, I met Robbie in the Gunners, and he didn't understand. He couldn't cope with the amount of views that he got. He just took off. And then, so I sort of stepped back a bit after that, because, you know, what's that famous saying, everyone has 5 minutes?
15 minutes of fame, yeah.
15,
Like, that was it.
That was it, like, yeah.
So I'd be 15. So I used to go on a lot, but as you get older now, I don't really want to stand outside the Emirates losing me temper all the time, yeah.
That's brilliant.
What did, like, family and all that say about it?
They loved it.
They loved it.
Yeah. But all my mates, and it went all over the world.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Because I remember going to home games, and it was weird. I had some bloke from South Africa come up to me, an Irish bloke. I had some from China.
Wow.
It was really, I think I couldn't comprehend, because it was not now. It's 2013. So I couldn't.
I can't believe it's 13 years ago.
The power of social media.
That's crazy.
It brought it home to me.
Have you ever any full-blown photo shoots outside the Emirates, like Mr. Judge's?
Well, like, you know.
Yeah, well, that's
listen, I think for Chris, I know Rob done everything, like, you know what I mean, from that. But Chris's interview paved the way for the likes of us to go through, like, you know what I mean. So I got lots to thank him for.
It still gets views now.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I think it's up about 2.5 million.
Really?
As my son said, oh, if you had a pair of everything, I think, yeah, that's life.
Yeah, it is life, but like, it was, you know, so if you've not checked it out, check it out, and that's what Chris is for, like.
Well, I used to do other eating. I didn't always lose my temper.
No, that's what I said, but you're always going to be, like, remembered for that one, aren't you? Like, you know what I mean? If you look back on it.
And I do know that he was seen within the club.
Wow.
I got told that.
Really?
He did stir a few things up.
Did it? Well done. Good work, Chris.
But, no, it's a fantastic.
But that's 2013. Here we are in 2026.
How things have changed. You know?
I mean, despite what people say, AFTV has sort of gone on to another. Well, it's just grown, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. But from that moment there, I believe that AFTV was the day that Chris done that interview. That was when everybody knew about AFTV and what it could do and what the power of it, like, you know what I mean, the power of a statement that Chris said, like, I remember watching it, like, you know, and this is an unbelievable thing from my point of view, is that me and Chris lived near each other.
Yeah, we didn't know.
We didn't even know each other, like, you know what I mean, and like, it was like, wow, see that, I said, like, you know, it was a great interview, said with the that was the thing about it. It was the passion, and that's what I think is great about AFTV, and that you can relate to people and their passions and whatever.
Yeah,
like
like Claude, God rest his soul. You know
Claude, it was like, he was.
He's got to go.
Got to go. I was there. I remember when he done that. When he done that,
I'll tell you something.
I was there when he done that.
Forget Laura and Hardy, Claude and Ty.
I know. Do you know what? On my YouTube, obviously, just randomly one of them came up the other day, and I thought, I've got to give this a watch. They do here and there, just like they put out one out there.
They were so different, but like they got on really well. But they were like cat and dog, Tom and Jerry, like, you know what I mean, sort of same thing, like, you know.
That could be quite an interesting video, a standalone video on yourselves about how your pathway into AFTV and your journey.
But in a way, that's why I'm so desperate to win the league.
Yeah,
because we're talking.
We've gone through the pain, haven't we?
We've gone through hell, haven't we, Aslo? Well, no, we have.
It has been a bit.
Look, listen, I don't think people realise, you know what I mean, like, you go to the Emirates now, it's fantastic to go in the Emirates, it's a great atmosphere and all that, but there was times when you didn't want to go to games. It was toxic. It was so. I remember I was talking to my mate Steve the other day. We was coming out, funny enough, club level, which we got invited in there one time, like, and we was
just as you do.
I was walking along, and Steve was very much like he weren't Arsene Wenger in or out. He weren't in that sort of thing like, and we was sticking up for him, sort of going out like a couple of guys come up to us and started, you know, like not attacking us, but like being very, you know, in your face and, you know, why are you defending him and all that, like, you know what I mean? And hold on a minute, like, you know what I mean? You know, there was a time then eventually I did go against it, but but you know, you didn't say anything right, positive or unpositive.
The trouble with Wenger is that his golden years were from 98 to 06. No one can argue. But what people have got to realise, from 06 up to when he left, he had to sell a player every year for £30 million. And he was up against Man City and Chelsea, to quote David Dean, of buying £50 notes at Arsenal for a while. And then, but we didn't know until now
what was going on
behind, you know. And I like to point out that's twice that's happened, because when Wenger was manager of Monaco, he was up against Bernard Tapie's Marseille.
Yeah, that's true.
Who also got done for. They got relegated to the French second division.
So this is the thing, and it's like, what? Look, I get it, and I'm probably going to get absolutely hammered for saying this, but like obviously throughout that period, listen, there was a lot of frustration and a hell of a lot of disappointment. We did actually have some okay teams; they just couldn't get it over the line, and they just faltered at the end. But you saw that there was there was a consistency, right? So in that time, we've seen Leicester. You know, we've seen them win the Premier League. But look where they're at now. You know, you know, look at what's going on at Tottenham. What I've seen, you know, essentially through Wenger, the only time, and you spoke, and for me, it was a game against Ludogorets in the Europa League on a Thursday night, and it was freezing cold, and I was sat in the North Bank upper tier, and I'll be honest with you, it's the only time I've actually left the game of football.
And who was the
manager
of Ludogorets?
Emery, and it was. And that was the worst time. I know when everyone says Emery's perfect for Villa, and I'm not slandering, I'm slating. He's perfect for Villa. Could he go to a Manchester United and do a job? No, I don't believe he could. Could he do the job at Arsenal? No, the job's too big for him. He's perfect at Villa. No disrespect to Aston Villa. You know, they're a huge club. They've won. I know their history. But I think he's perfect for those. That period of time, that was when this club was the most unstable. Okay, with what we're seeing with Arteta now, is I get it, we need to win things. We've suffered, and you know, we all as fans get absolutely hammered, to the point where now there are no fans out there that want Arsenal to win, because they know that it will be the start of silverware trophy-laden years. And I generally believe that. But what you're seeing with Mikel Arteta and this hierarchy that we've got is a level of stability with our football club, where you need to win things. I guess it's not just about being at the top all the time, but bottling it. But you see all these clubs that come and go up and down. I would rather a level of consistency. Again, I want to win trophies. Let me reiterate, because I know people cherry pick what you say. But having Arsenal and being stable where we are, like now we are in for the biggest players. I've heard there's talks of, I've heard from a source of Michael Elise, we're looking at going for him. Kvaratskhelia, we're looking at these players now. We're looking to go to teams like PSG and Bayern Munich and take their best players. This is what we were promised. And that doesn't happen overnight. Like where we were at, we had to sell players because Wenger had to do it on a shoestring. He had to sign a contract so the bank would loan money to give us funding for the Emirates Stadium so that we could build this stadium, so that then we could create the revenue. All this match day revenue and the merchandise is so that we are within PSR. See what Chelsea and Manchester City have been doing. They've been cheating. They've been buying their way to titles, and they haven't been playing fairly by the rules.
Where would you put Arsene Wenger in the Premier League?
Right up there.
Number 1, Ferguson. You can't.
Yeah.
Number 2, Wenger.
Yeah.
Number 3, with an asterisk, Pep.
Yeah.
Number 4, Jose.
Yep.
Number 5, Klopp.
Spot on, I think. Do you know what? The reason as well Wenger needs to go up there is because what people forget is Arsene Wenger at that time, when he came to Arsenal, changed world football in the diet, the training, the methods that he implemented, which everyone laughed at, even the players laughed at, all the the French players and stuff like that, they laughed at all the food, and that is basically what we're seeing today. These athletes that have been created, the diet, the strict regimes, how they live, how they're looked after, how they literally don't have to lift a finger, apart from how he changed all the apparatus, everything. The London Colney, he completely stripped that out and completely changed that to being, if you've seen this training ground, it's absolutely phenomenal, state of the art. He was down to that, and Ferguson very quickly, as much as he hated him, very quickly cottoned on, and he was one of the first people to follow his methods. Because when Wenger took over Arsenal, there was a huge drinking culture, right? And the first thing he did is when he went into the hybrid, he stripped the bar out. There was no alcohol.
I've spoken to a few of the guys from that. And they were saying it was very, very. The timing was key there, because the players were just ready to change all of that, So it was, but they basically went with it because they knew that there was change. So
he elongated their careers.
And he was very, very clever in that, So I'm interested in what the comments are in this, I mean, we're the top five, I mean, I don't think you've got it wrong, Chris. I think I would probably go with that, I think with Pep, I think that because of what's in the air and all that, I think it will be a damning thing under him. But I think that Arsene Wenger, for me, was up against the winning machine in Man United. They had the power, they had the know-how. They had the finances.
Referees.
They could go and buy Rooney for... I know this is silly when you think about it. 30 million's like about 300 million now, by the way. 30 million for Rooney. Les Ferdinand, Rio Ferdinand, he bought for 30 odd million. He could go and buy the best players. And Arsene Wenger took that away from him, And I tell you what, Kevin Keegan had a go, but couldn't get under Fergie's skin. Arsene Wenger did.
Oh yeah,
Arsene Wenger got
massively
right under.
Being a little bit fair to Pep, you got to remember what he did at Barcelona.
Yes,
let's not forget.
We're talking about Premier League.
Yeah, I know, but just I want to throw that in. I'm not.
Yes, and I would listen for what he done at Bayern Munich and as you say, Barcelona, I've got the utmost respect for him. But for what he's done at Manchester City, I've got no time for him.
If I'm honest with you, there's a cloud over it. It's like the...
And there is for Mourinho now. I'm sorry, Mourinho now, with what's gone on there at Chelsea. I'm sorry, I think that's...
It's like even now, that you see Chelsea fans, they're up in arms with how their club's being run because they're not buying these players. It's like, look, your club's not run by a Russian gangster anymore. So you can't operate how you used to.
You see how much debt that they've produced? It's a record debt.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then think how you feel if you're an Everton, Sheffield Wednesday, Notts Forest fan.
There you go. Yeah.
It's a bit. Look. Speaking of that, look what's happened to Sheffield Wednesday recent times. I remember when they were like we were talking about the other week. They were in 2 cup finals with them. They were a staple of Division 1.
Massive club.
Yeah. Well, it used to host the semi-finals there at Hillsborough.
Yeah. Well, quarterfinals this week, Saturday, 8 o'clock kickoff, Southampton. Quick predictions before we go.
Go on.
Right, my Arsenal head says 3-0 to the Arsenal, but my worry head says 1-1, we go out on penalties. For the reasons I've given.
Do you know what? I'm going to predict we come and bounce back. And we go and serve them on a platter. We go to St Mary's and smash them up.
Really?
Do you know what? I was speaking to a couple of mates. One of them works at Fulham, and he was like, because they played him in the last round. He said, "Oh, you would have been playing this." He went, They weren't great. We were just very poor, and you should do a proper job on them. I hope we do. Like I said, my missus and all her family are from Southampton, and if we lose, I will never hear the end of it. So I'm going 4-0 Arsenal.
4-0.
4-0 Arsenal.
Marty.
Is Marty going to be smarty? That's what we want to know. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going as bold as that. I'm going to go for 2-0. So there we go. Like, listen, it's been a fantastic chat. Like, I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with the competition winner. I'm intrigued to see how this is going to go. Like, you know
we're going to do it live on the show.
We're going to do it live on the show. We're going to do it.
Mr. D. Trump.
Brilliant.
So we're looking forward to that. So thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next week.
Well,